So here we have an example of a duel when that new Red Dragon Archfiend form, well not form but it's the manga version, it's an example of when that card can, like, I wouldn't say it's OP, but it can turn around games. But it only turns around games if your opponent leaves a whole bunch of monsters in attack mode unprotected. And you know, if they're gonna do that, then they should probably, like, it's kind of like attacking with all your monsters in attack mode. You'll most likely run into a Mirror Force. But now you have a new thing to worry about, which is Red Jeweled Archfiend Dragon. Its name is something like that. Yeah, it's level 8 generic synchro, and yeah, it can steal games if you let it. So this deck, who I'm fighting against, is some mishmash Gishki kind of deck. It looks like it's just using lots of Gishki cards, but then later on I saw an Atlantean marksman, and I don't know any of the Gishkis which discard or send to the graveyard or anything like that, so I thought that was a bit weird. But maybe it's just kind of like, you know how when it attacks directly it can be kind of like a tour guide, but I never saw any of us, so who knows. The deck I'm using is Archfiends mixed with some other stuff. The Pan Labyrinth, like the Archfiend engine, I don't think there's like enough cards in my deck dedicated to it to make it actually, you know, useful. Like, you can use the Labyrinth to, you know, get an Xyz play off this, but yeah, I probably need to add more trap cards or something. But yeah, we'll get to that later. So I cut out a bit here because, yeah, he basically shuffled the ritual spell back into his deck and tried to add vision to his hand, like instead of a ritual, and that would be pretty broken if the ritual spell could do that. If you could just go ahead and add any Gishki you want back to your hand, yeah, that would be crazy. But yeah, he's using all the ritual ones, if I'm not mistaken. And then he made another mistake there, which was he tributed 11 levels for the level 10 Zeal, and then, but Gishkis you have to tribute the exact number, which happens with all ritual spells which can tribute for like different ritual monsters. Like advanced ritual art has to be exact, and contact with the abyss, the one what can be used for any dark ritual monster, that one has to be exact. Yeah, so here's like the good play, good quote unquote good play I got off. So I summon Battle Fader, and like it's the only like strategy kind of thing I put into the deck which I managed to use in this duel. So you summon Battle Fader, then you summon an Archfiend, and then use the Pad Labyrinth, get rid of your Battle Fader, and then summon another Archfiend with the same level. So you can go for your rank 3 or rank 4 play. So you have the level 3 Archfiend Heiress or Cavalry, which is level 4, and this time we went for level 4. And then King Gremlin, well, King of the Feral Imps, he can search out the Masked Chameleon so that we can, you know, summon the main guy. Because Cavalry also has another effect of when he's destroyed by a card effect, you can summon an Archfiend from your graveyard. So when I edit the deck, I'll probably change the deck to be more abusing that effect, because the Archfiend Synchro, which is the new Dragon Archfiend form, you can see it there next to the new Stardust form. Well, they're not really new anymore, but you know what I mean, they're not TCG yet. So you had Chameleon, and then Chameleon can get back any monster of 0 defense from your graveyard. And in this deck you have a Box of Friends, which is 1, so you can go for level 5 Synchro. ARS is level 3, so you can summon that back and go for Black Rose Dragon. I didn't really see any other level 7s which appealed. Like in Atlanteans, you can summon Marksman back with it, and then go for Gungnir. But yeah, oh well, we're not playing any Atlanteans in here, so we couldn't do that. And then Gishki Vanity, I think he thought it like locked me down for the whole turn, because he's like, no spell or trap for you, but it's only when the spell is activated and only when the monster is summoned, so it stops things like Dark Bribe, I think should be, and Torrential Tribute and stuff like that on that summon. It reminds me of this one time, you know, Winged Dragon of Ra says that you can't summon spell or traps when it's summoned. This one guy thought that it was for the rest of the duel. That would be pretty broken, don't you think? If you summon a god card and then your opponent can't use any spell, traps or monster effects for the rest of the duel, how would they win? They wouldn't, would they? But yeah, he does some other stuff, summoning some rituals. I think just then was the time when he decided to keep his shadow and instead tribute his level 8 ritual monster and his level 2 fish guy. And then he was like swapping them over, and I didn't know what he was doing at the time, so I was like, what? The fuck you doing? Huh? But yeah, he bounces like Seal Giga, so I was kind of hoping he would, well, I can't remember if he top decked something, but yeah, I was kind of hoping that his effect wouldn't go off this turn, so I could have more life points to use. But you know, it goes off. Like in a good Gishki deck, like advance is pretty good for top decking. So the thing is, I think he could have had a Zeal, Leviathan, and another one on the field. Maybe, I don't know. It seemed like he did a lot of stuff just to get his field back to how it was anyway, if he just distributed Shadow. And then they have Aquamirror Illusion. It's pretty good. Like, most people play, what's it called, Gustav Max, and you could use it to Xyz and stuff more easier. Right, there you go. Chameleon goes into Jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend. That's his name. And then the cool thing about that, it also gets a 500 attack boost off the field spell, so it becomes sort of like the assault mode. Well, in attack wise anyway. But yeah, I think the problem with my deck, I don't have actually any good. I have Compulse, Torrential and Mirror Force somewhere in the deck, but I don't think that's enough trap cards. And yeah, most people would say to run Lance, but for some reason I just decided to try out triple Mystical Space Typhoon instead, and against Gishki it proved to be pretty useless, because, well, even this guy, he's not even using any normal traps except for the themed traps. So yeah, I don't know. So it's his turn, right? And then he had the Aquamirror Illusion on the field, and yes, that was his big out, because Gustav Max would have destroyed me there. And then with that fish dude there, he added, I think, Vision, right? And he was going on about how he should have added Shadow for a long time before he admitted defeat finally. But yeah, that was the duel. Bye. Get out of here, you.